Hi there. Uh, as you can tell from this chat log, I've been tasked to start making some documentation for how we're going to do things on the tech side of voter aid. And I thought I would take the opportunity to show you how I use Google Docs. So just start by typing in Docs, and because it's a favorite link, I very quickly come to a blank page. I want to show some of the features that I really like about it, and that I think anybody, especially a student or someone who works in a position of documentation, should really enjoy. Because this is going to be a large document about all the tech that we do at our company, I really want to take advantage of the headings and labels that Google Docs offers. So I'm going to start off by titling it Technical Documentation. And I'm going to not give that a font or a size or anything like that, but instead I'm going to give it a style. And that style is more than just the font, it's something that I can update and reuse, which is not so helpful with the titles, but might be great with the sections. So if I do, say, adding an election, which is something that Wonky needs to do in a moment that I have to walk him through, and I can go to the drop down menu here and make that heading 1, and I might like that with some underlining, and Arial font is good, but let's make it bold, and I can do update heading 1 to match. And so I can say that the steps are these, which is of course not how I would actually write this out, but just an example. And something that he might have to do after adding that election is making the election live. And this time I'm going to hold Control and Alt and tap 1, and it's going to bring in all of the heading 1 settings. So that matches that style now. And this also has some steps. That I will list here. And the last thing that Wonky might want to do is maybe add some questions to that election. And that time I again did Control Alt 1. I could have just as easily used this drop down menu here, and this first one that I did with the drop down menu, I could have also done Control Alt 1. Those are both paths to getting style number 1 set up, and they work whenever you want them to. But I realize now that I don't really like bold, so I can go ahead and unbold that, and I can update heading 1 to match again, and now it affects all of these, and I don't really like underline, so I'm going to update heading 1 to match. Now I could use underlines ad hoc, if you will. Heading 1 doesn't always mean that all of heading 1s will match, just they will default to matching. Another cool feature about headings is the table of contents. So I can go to Insert, Table of Contents, and it will automatically generate contents from my heading system. So if I make a subheading, so this is something that's related to adding questions to an election. I'm going to do Control-Alt-2 to make it Style 2, Heading 2. And there's quite a few of these headings. I think I can go all the way to Heading 6. Let's see what 7 does. 7 doesn't seem to do anything different. So I think 6 is the last option that we have. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6. And if we refresh our table of contents, it will update with that. And once again, we can do ad hoc things. Just like this is underlined, this table of contents, we can edit it and do things like that, if that's that page or something like that. But if we refresh it, it should go back to default. So you can always undo with Control Z or redo with Control Shift Z. One last thing I like about the table of contents is that it's functional. So you can go straight down to that no matter how many pages away we are. We come back to that table of contents. That link still takes me all the way back down to wherever that heading might be. It has other great features that a student might be interested in particular. You can share this after it's been titled for some reason. You can email it to people and give them permissions to edit, comment, or just view. And if you don't have their email, you can just send them a link through some sort of chat or whatever. And in the event that they I have no idea where that train of thought was going. In the event that what? In the event that they make some edits that you don't like, you can go back here as the document owner, and you can look at the revision history, and you can see very detailed edits. So this video is only 5 minutes long so far, and I still have this many changes that I can make. I can look at the differences between minutes 43 and 45. If I look at 45, I see I added this subsection, and I may want to go back to that. So I like having that, but I don't like the change that I made after that. So now we're back here. And those revisions are itemized by user. So if other people edit, it'll have a different byline down there. So you can see what sorts of contributions another student has made, and you have record of who made them and when they made them and what they were. So that's very handy to have. Of course, it needs to be compatible with anything that you use, so you're free to download as a Microsoft Word or a PDF. You could also print straight from the page and have access to all the same printing functionality that those downloaded documents would have. And I'm going to conclude this walkthrough here and say that I hope that you use Google Docs whenever you can.